Hey guys, I've been trying to get bigger legs following an 8-week program and I'm here to show you my results. The program is from an article written by Paul Carter and it's called No Weights, Big Wheels because it's made up of bodyweight exercises. The bodyweight stuff is one session a week which you replace your second leg session with. So you still got one session a week where you're lifting weights and the other one's going to be these exercises. There are 4 exercises, the first of which is a walking lunge. I chose the advanced protocol, which meant 300 lunges per leg in week 1 and gradually increasing from there. The second exercise is a sissy squat. I've never done these before. It's 4 sets of as many reps as possible. Then it's Swiss ball hamstring curls, this time 6 sets of AMRAP with a pause in the contracted position. Finally, a glute raise, which does require a bench and a rack, but it's still technically body weight. 4 sets, as many reps as possible, and every week you should be trying to beat your total number of reps in each of these exercises. On day 1, I had a body weight of 70.4 kilos, waist was 32 inches, the widest part of my glutes were 36 3/4, and my thighs were 22 inches. After the 8 weeks, I needed a full 2 weeks after the final session. The final session had 500 lunges in it, and I needed about 14 days for my legs to fully recover. After that, I remeasured and my new weight was 73.2 kilos, waist was up 1/4 inch, I added 3/4 inch around my glutes and 1 1/4 inches on each thigh. I'm pleased with the results. My thighs started off quite small as I've been doing a lot of dieting prior to this, so I was expecting to jump straight back to 22.5 pretty fast. I can tell my jeans are tighter, but visually looking at my legs, they look pretty similar to me. Which is why it's always good to take before pictures for comparison and also to take measurements. You have to remember to compare gains like this against what you'd achieve doing something else over the 8 weeks. So for example, when I did advanced German volume training, I added an inch to my thighs over 60 days. One other thing is you have to eat to grow. I was averaging 2,700 calories a day over the 8 weeks and eating over 3,000 calories on every leg day. Finally, remember that your results are probably going to differ. Just following this program is not a guarantee that you will also add an inch to your thighs. In terms of the sessions, I really liked 3 of the exercises, lunges being my one dislike. Got nothing against lunges as an exercise. In fact, I like them. I just tend to associate them with a finisher, maybe doing them with weights and not so ridiculously high rep. I chose the advanced protocol because I've done conditioning workouts before that have had about 150 lunges in them and they've not been too bad, whereas the beginner intermediate exercises, that was starting with 50 reps of lunges, which wasn't enough for me. Having said that, I knew that 300 reps of lunges per leg was going to ruin me, and it did. I broke it up into 5 sets of 60 with 2.5 minutes rest, and I did a similar thing every week with 5 or 6 total sets. After that first session, for the next 4 days, my DOMs were so bad that I was using a handrail every time I went downstairs, and I still had reasonable soreness going into the second lunge session in week 2, 7 days later. With lunges taking so much out of me, the other exercises were almost like finishers at first. I took 25 minutes rest after doing the 300 lunges, and just doing any sissy squats was a challenge. A knock-on effect was that my legs were still fatigued when my normal gym session came round each week, and I wasn't able to progress my squats very much over the 8 weeks, and that was one of the frustrating parts of this program. It felt unnecessary to have such high reps, and if I were to do this again, I would make up my own sessions, maybe starting at 200 reps and going no higher than 400. One thing this program definitely taught me is that my regular sessions are not tough enough. Some coaches suggest that you should do the most amount of volume that you can fully recover from. And while I thought 300 lunges was a crazy amount in week 1, by week 3 I was doing 350 without much soreness the next day. So if your leg sessions are feeling quite routine, it might be worth adding in an amount of volume that you think looks like you can't cope with it and just see how you get on. If you want to see the original article or the 8-week training log I kept for this program, they're both in the description below. Otherwise, I hope you found this useful and you'll consider adding in some of these exercises to your leg day routine. Cheers!